Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Creeper World 4. That is right, we are back heading in the colony section yet again for another PAC map. That's right, we are going to be doing the PAC Strip Miner. Oh my, Strip Miner. No information, so let's get going. This is another aggressive AI PAC map. I've kind of been into these aggressive AIs, so I want to see how this one does, and this is quite the map. I mean, look at it. It's not that large of a map, which is kind of neat. There is some red on the map, but not that much, really. It's really just here that the red on is. And it's only 0.5ers. Now, granted, with an earn port, which I actually don't see one. Yeah, I guess they're just going to be getting 2.5ers. They do have an emerald going down. I'm not sure where that's connecting to. I'm assuming there's another emerald on the map. I don't know where it is at the moment. And they have, obviously, power and everything already established. Not that much in terms of excess power, which is great for us. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be fun. We do have a forge, which is going to be amazing, because that's just going to be generating us quite a lot of excess power, and I do love me some excess power. And yeah, I mean, we clearly are going to want to start with some emitters. But first, the emitters will come in our second playthrough. In our first playthrough, we are actually going to be doing some launching. That's right, we're gonna be using some launchers. Something like one over here. Oop, not right there, actually. Oh no. Please destroy. Oh, jeez. That might have ruined everything. One right there. One right there. And one right there. Perfect. There we go. 3 launchers, all with spores. Want it up a little bit more. At a location. And that location will be their base, of course. It's going to be the back of their base. So let's see what happens. I did waste a second, so that was kind of a problem. Times 4 speed, not going so hot. Times 2 speed, let's just see if that's any better. Bazinga bazonga. And let's see how this works. Now, they do have some air defense, but if you notice, it doesn't have that much red on in it yet, because they are... Here comes the shots. See, they couldn't actually shoot it down quite yet, because they are putting red on in this instead of powering everything up, which is actually quite good for us. Now, these do have some juice in them, so, you know, it's not the best situation for us. But let's see. They were able to shoot 1 down. They were able to shoot 2 down. And the third... Oh my, that third! Oh, the third has indeed landed, and now we even have more coming in. So, this is the first go. I did waste 2 seconds because I misplaced them on our shoulder, so I do apologize. But look at this. We even destroyed their factory. No more red on for them. And yeah, their emerald is gone. Their power is gone. We almost have destroyed all of their connections to the outside world have indeed been destroyed. Now, they are going to come and try and save the day with a couple of things, but I mean, if you see what's kind of going on, there really isn't much that they can do. There is their base. Yeah, not too bad. That is the cheese mode for this map. Could have done it like a second faster, so that was entirely my fault. 1 second and change. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So, Super Cheese Mode has been established. Let's just add that to the list, why not? You could definitely beat that with a proper setup. But let's do this for real. Let's see how this AI actually does. No Super Cheese Mode. We'll let them get their red on. Maybe we'll do spores later, like once we hit like a critical mass and we've taken over a good portion of the map. But let's actually see what they're capable of. So, of course, now we're going to start with some emission. There we go. We're going to toss like an emitter here. We're going to toss an emitter here. And we're actually going with some crimson. That's right. It's always good to have your crimson. So let's start with our 3 power in this regard and try and actually take them out a little bit better this time. Now, Mesh, we don't want you at range 9, of course. We want you a little bit thinner than that. But as you can see, the creep is already starting to come. We'll mesh up right here and just send it out the front. With this crimson, I think we'll be a-okay. Especially once the mesh fills up. Should start pouring out of the front, more so than anywhere else. And yeah, we're gonna take out this little zone. I do want to put down the forge relatively early, but I want to sort of establish an outside dominance, so to speak, first. And that's going to be how we handle things with our crimson, of course, right? So here we go. We're already pushing the crimson, doing the work that it needs to do, and we can even start moving it around, right? We have it on one side, we can move it to another because that is already crimsoned up. That's sort of the beauty of Crimson. You can sort of Crimson an area, and then later on, just move your Crimson, and just Crimson another area. And it doesn't remove the Crimson that you had. So, super, super good for us. And there we go, more emission for us. And we can even move that one as well. You know, we can move all of our emitters. Oddly enough, there's like 2 emitters there somehow. I don't know how that worked. But you know what? I'll take it. So let's mesh up. Let's just mesh up the front line, right? I want this sort of to stay ours no matter what. So we're gonna do that. You know, mesh up this front line. This will be ours. Let the Crimson keep pushing, and then after that, we are gonna toss down our forge because we've gained a bit of ground. So what we want our forge to be looks like right there. Sounds pretty good, and I think we want to mesh up the entirety of the forge, right? So I think this is about the forge. Perfect. So we'll have a little mesh zone here, and then our mesh wall, and then we're going to be pushing with the rest of our units. So glorious for us. Glory days. But look at that. They're already starting to build. They have plenty of power to their name. So, you know, I'm not scared, but at the same time, I'm not comfortable. Not as comfortable now. But you know what? Feeling pretty good. We'll keep the Crimson going, and we'll keep the emission going as well, right? Toss some emission over here with some Crimson, take out some more land. I'm a fan. Toss our emitter more forward again. It's not doing us nearly as much good in the back, although it is helping our forge out. So, you know, I'm not saying it's doing no good whatsoever. But I think, again, it's time for our Crimson to be dancing, right? So let's re-Crimson up over here, because they're pushing hard over here. Over here is looking pretty nice for us already, so that's very good news. So we'll keep the emission towards the front line. This emitter is just sort of holding on. I guess we do want to include you, and we want to include you, of course. So we'll keep that going for our meshitudes. But the side's looking good, right? This is our primary side at the moment that we are pushing out. And I will say, I mean, the Crimson is barely holding on this side, which is a bit of a problem. But how are we doing power-wise? We did get an excess power. Awesome. We're already at 1 excess power. We're already working towards a second. So go us. And, yeah, where do we want... Like, this side I do want to kind of hold. I mean, look at this. They're already getting a nullifier there. I don't like that. I definitely don't like that nullifier. But I do like that. So, do we just... Will an emitter right here actually work? Right? If we toss an emitter there, will that be enough with the Crimson? Unfortunately, I don't think so. And that's gonna be a bit of a problem. And we may need to even move our Crimson. Because again, this side is actually our active side, so I want to keep it on the side, and I think we want to keep pushing on the side. So let's actually shift our emitter over here. We'll let them sort of gain some ground on this side. The key is we want to watch this nullifier. We do not want to... Oh, I didn't realize all of these are 35s. These are pretty weak emitters. I thought just the starter emitter was 35, but it's actually all of our emitters, and that's actually quite a bit of a problem for us, right? So we are relatively weak in terms of our emission. And that's okay. It's okay to be a little weak. You know, I'm not too upset because our progress is actually going up. We do need to get our forge going on. We can actually make more forges. Amazing. Okay, so we're going to be able to super forge up for sure. That being said, we just want to keep pushing. And I think instead of a mission, we're going to shift to, say, a field gen on the side, right? So if we swap you with a field gen and have you push, that'll be pretty nice. Now again, this nullifier is the problem. We're eventually going to get rid of that and move it, but that's okay. We are sort of drying up right now, which is a slight problem. How is this doing? Are we almost at the next? Look at this push, though. That is gorgeous. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Because now we can just shift this to a mission right out front. They're not necessarily ready for it, which is even better for us. So without that, gorgeous. We have 1 excess power, so we're actually going to toss another emitter down at the base. Hopefully that turns on. Perfect. And we gain... Oh no, I was going to say I want to destroy this. Oh, we can destroy it while nullified. Beautiful. Okay, good. Because we want to get more power, and we also want to flood more juice into our mesh. So I do want to try and keep this going a wee bit. Although this emitter is now not doing so hot, so that's okay. We still have 1 extra power though. Keep this flowing, and we're gonna let this area sort of fan out from the emitter. But that being said, do we want some crimson elsewhere? We have the crimson. See, this is sort of crimsonated, so we don't necessarily need it there. If we sort of crimsonate our mesh a bit, I think that may help. And unfortunately, that's a little frustrating. So if we do that, let's see if this will sort of help the entirety of our mesh, right? Because back here should start flowing up. This did get nullified, so that is fine. Let's just see how our mesh starts doing with some crimson advancements. So, again, this side it's not the best. It is not the best, but that's okay. Ooh. Actually, they're pushing back. These emitters are so weak. They are so weak emitters, so I am feeling a lot of pressure over here. Way more than I was expecting. I really wanted to get this emitter on to start flooding everything. Not flooding everything, but just filling in this mesh again, so we could sort of pump up this crimson. So, how do we get this to be that much thicker, right? Of course, that's what we want. Some nice, good, thick, juicy creep. And this won't turn on, right? No, it's not going to turn on. Perfectly fine. Will it turn on? Is there anywhere over here? Well, we could put another emitter down there. That may help things. Again, we just want to get this flood going in. So that may turn that on. Crimsonation. This is actually going down, so slight problem. Look at this, they're pushing back. I should have had more emitters overall, because we just need, if we had more and could just hold this, oh, there we go. I think the tide may be turning ever so slightly in our favor. Okay, so if we can just get some emission turned on up here, I think we're going to be good, because this will sort of start filling everything in, getting us more power, of course, because as you see, our power is starting to climb. Not rapidly, but starting to climb. And once we start climbing, we can get more crimson out. We can get more, basically everything out. But actually, you know, let's just work on that crimson, right? Crimsonate. And actually, one in the middle would be perfect. But see, we're barely holding on because of our very low properties in terms of creeper generation. The 0.35 or 35 every 0.5 is actually quite the hindrance, much more than you would expect. But look at this, the crimson now is starting to take hold. Fill up the mesh yet again, which is actually quite substantial for us. Now that if it starts to fill up and we can start to push again, that's going to be the big victory. So as you can see, it's actually even sort of not filling over here, but it's getting over here, which is the good news. Although I want this crimson further back, so like back here, because we want it to fill up this entire thing, not just that one little spot, which should help it push. Because now, if we can grab some more emitters on this side, maybe. Ooh, not quite. This side? Because I want to be able to get to the point where you have some emitters and some field gens. But we need just enough of that delicious creep to get a couple more emitters on. I don't necessarily want it to be full of crimsonation, right? There's no point to the crimsonation. We just need the emission. You know, we just need to fill it up, because if we can't get out of here, then there is no point to anything. But our power is rising, and that's actually freaking huge. So, will you turn on yet? No. See, we're not hitting a threshold where we can turn on, and that's real bad. Because without that ability, we may have to change our tactic to say, we could use eggs. Eggs may get us out of this. But let's see, if we start field genning over here, I'm assuming that's going to turn on one of these. Just get more emission on the outside, because I think that's our big crutch right now, so we just don't have the emission right now, where we're not necessarily filling up what we can. And if we just get just a few more emitters like this, then we'll start filling things up, then it'll start spilling out, and then we're going to be just golden, right? There we go, we can even see them sort of starting to do that, but look at this, see, this is what we want to see. Now this will start spilling out. Now this will start taking over the world as we wanted to see it. And field gen, you've done amazingly. That's also why I wanted to have this sort of ring of mesh back there, or right there, because this sort of gives us that front line protection, because we were just stuck in here, and they were able to take this whole thing. We would have really been screwed. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm pretty happy with this now. We have a steady supply of creep coming in, or of power coming in, I should say. And yeah, we're actually starting to take back everything. Why can I not put this over here? Just a spot. Come on, you can do it. Once we bust through, we can really get through, which is awesome. And again, the Crimson now is sort of working in our advantage, because now we have Crimson on every area. We have creep filling this whole thing up. Power is actually coming in at a decent rate. So yeah, it's the tide has, I think, turned in our favor. We just need to sort of hold on to it at this point. You can see, look at this. This is starting to break through. The front has definitely broken through. I don't know if it's... it did break through enough to get an emitter outside of it, which is even better, because that's going to be in the Crimson and just spread out. Hopefully just push down, encircle this area as well, and yeah, we have the flow. So I guess the next question is from here is, do we want to set up a super power farm or not, right? I generally shy away from setting up power farms and things. I think just this one is all we need. But that being said, it does sound pretty fun to set up a power farm, right? I think at least it sounds pretty fun to me. But again, you can see, look at this. Just that one forge really is all we needed just to get out of here, because now we have more than enough power to start to just decimate these, especially just creeping Crimson. I would love to use blobs, but there's too many snipers. I think maybe tossing an egg gen in now will be solid state of affairs as well, so I'll toss one of those in, toss on the creep, see how it does. This should start pooping out eggs for us, which is going to be... Oh no, it's in range. Oh wait, no. It was just that one sniper. Just the one sniper. I think we'll be good there. So now we're going to make up a nice little egg wave as well. But yeah, we're starting to really see the dividends of our first investment. So we can keep pushing, and I think again, I have never really done just a power grab, but since we cheesed the first go of this so very much, I think I kind of want to do a power grab. It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun just to utterly take out the map via power. So let's do that. I think this is a good flat area, so if we can sort of take over this, mesh this all up, I think we're going to have a solid victory there. Something, keep the mesh flowing. We want a lot of mesh, and we're going to need a lot of power for this, right? So we do want to include all of this. I don't like to mesh up this much anymore. I did at one point, but now I do not. But we are going to use these eggs to our advantage. We are up to 12, which is not bad. Not a bad number. It's not, it's not the best, but it's not bad. It is a fair bit of eggs. And yeah, those are just gonna sit, right? We're gonna let our eggs do the talking eventually. But we wanna move these up, right? Because again, we don't need them back here any longer. They've done their job back here. We want them to just exist on the front lines. We wanna even get our field gens involved, right? Because no, our field gens are so far down. So get this push going. There we go. And of course, we should put our Crimson in front of everything. That's always the way it should be. Crimsons are number one, so I can just do it with that. Beautiful. We'll keep some Crimson over here, because we just gained another power. Amazing. We'll remesh up. I think we've taken pretty much as much land as we really need for this sort of plan. But let's get rid of this field gen now. Beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, we need to get just power on power on power, and that's what we're going to do, because we can have multiple forges running. And what do forges need? Forges just need a mission nearby. longer by. How much emission? Quite. The more emission, the better, of course, right? So, for instance, if we do, say, these 4, and we go to structures and we go to forge, that's pretty good, right? That forge is going to be running, maybe not at full capacity, but at a pretty decent tick. So I think 4 sounds pretty good. We could do more, without a doubt. I'm actually surprised that those... Oh, we're at a deficit of power. Look at that. So one more. Let's just remove that from the equation for now. And yeah, we're going to toss down one more. Because again, our goal right now is get power. So, with get power in mind, what do they need? They need creep. What's creep? Eggs are creep. Oh my, oh my. So these are very high-powered eggs. Holy moly, are we going to be using those later. Yeah. That is quite the flood that we have just created. And I was not expecting that much power from these eggs, and I freaking love it. Look at that. We've actually gained, we basically just instantly gained like 2 or 3 power, which is incredible. I do know I deleted 1 or 2 Crimsonations, but look at that, look at that. We can just start flooding more and more, and these are already almost ready to give us more power. So between the egg flood, between everything else, we're just getting our creep set up. The crimson over here is looking grand. We're up to 9 eggs again, so that's actually not a bad value of eggs. And yeah, the power is just starting to just increase in quantity as we get it. We could do more. We could very easily have more forges. I think this is more than enough, though, for my take. Like, I mean, I don't think we need a dozen forges. Could we use it? Would it be bad to use it? No. You know, we could definitely have, like, just forge after forge after forge. But I just don't think we need it, you know? I think this is more than enough for me. The only thing I might want more of are egg gens now, right? I think these eggs are going to be fantastic, and I do want one a bit more on the northernish side, but I don't know how well that's going to do. That being said as well, I probably should use the next bit of power to put some emission right next to the egg gens, because they do, again, just like the forges, they suck up things. Yeah, these eggs are in range of that, which is okay. We'll break through that with our next egg pop at, I don't know, 30 eggs sounds pretty good. So yeah, let's just pop all of our eggs right now and see what this does, because we have crimson all along the outside, which sounds pretty solid to me. Plus, it should give us more power as well. So, yeah, actually, the eggs going through the power, it basically just sucks them all up. But look at our power generation. We just went to 5. We just went 6. I mean, that's insanity. The eggs just are supercharged bits of power. And, yeah, now we're already forcing our way through just with our explosions. And this is now free to make its eggs. So, up to 7 power. Ooh, they're at a deficit of energy too. Holy moly. I think that is all we need. Oh my gosh. Those eggs are insane. Frickin' insane. 10 power? Oh my gosh, how, like, it blows my mind. Like, those eggs just did so much work, and that's really all we need. I mean, we could swap to spores at this point, we could swap to blobs, we could swap to all sorts of stuff, but these eggs are now all of ours. Did I destroy this one? By accident? What? What did I do there? I'm gonna put it actually up here, get it involved with these, and you know what, let's put some extra power on either side of it, right? Let's just toss those out. I think that's going to be pretty good. Can we get 1 power up here? We should have another power coming in very, very soon. Beautiful. And let's just toss 1 more for that one. So, I mean, look at the creep. Look at the spread. We want more crimson, of course. Maybe the next set of power we'll just start adding more crimson to the outside. So let's destroy all of our crimsonators. We have 6, and let's just spread them around, right? So, again, I did say you don't need more at a certain point. You know, you can reuse reduce, reuse, recycle. That's, again, the beauty of the Crimsonator, is the fact that you can do that. But at the same time, just having them permanently on the outside just makes your life that much easier. So, egg-wise, we're up to 40 now, which is grand. 40 not only is a lot of eggs, but that's a lot of power. So, I'm pretty okay with that. Mesh-wise, I think we should continue our flow. Maybe we'll just do a straight flow over the middle. We'll also do a flow down here, because why not, and we'll keep it going. So we'll actually use our mesh to expand out, but it doesn't really matter that much. I am quite okay with this. Eggs, you're doing the best. We're at 60? Is 60 what we want for the end? You know what, let's just pop them all, see where this gets us. Again, it will get us a whole lot of power. Keep the eggs popping. We're up to 7 power. Let's see if that increases drastically as these eggs wash over these forges. You can just see them really, really ticking up. This is what, 49, 50, 8 power. Oh my gosh, so much power. I love it, I love it, I love it. I guess let's just toss in some emission. Why not? Oh wait, we're at the creeper cap. I didn't even realize. Oh my, we're at the creeper cap. Ooh, okay, so we're at the creeper cap, which is very good. So our emitters are not really doing anything. But eggs can still explode, I think, over creeper cap, right? So if eggs can explode over creeper cap, we actually want as many eggs as possible. It sounds weird because, you know, eggs just make more creepers, so we wouldn't be at cap. But essentially, they're going to store our creeper inside of it, and we're going to release it, right? That's kind of what we're doing right now. So that's kind of what we want to do. We want to just store as much as possible and have this never hitting cap with all of our emitters still active. And that just convert that to eggs. So if we are doing this creeper-wise, although we have so much power, we literally could use skimmers and blobs. Maybe that transition is good as well, would be good for us. I will say that probably would not hurt for a transition. Especially because I need a crimson there. I probably need a crimson there. And it looks like the crimson on this side did not hold. But, I mean, we've sort of taken most of the map. But look at this, our creeper cap is actually shrinking with the amount of eggs that we have right now. Which kind of sucks. It does kind of suck. But let's just see what happens. Because, you know, we're at 114 eggs. Look at our eggs. Oh my, oh my. That's quite a lot of eggs. And we're drying up. I mean, look at this. The map is kind of dry. This is kind of pushing. Again, their power is next to nothing. But let's see. Let's get to 150. Once we hit 150, we're going to do one of those delicious pop all egg routines and see what happens. So 150, pop all of our eggs. Our creep just went from cap to over 8. We went from 3.5 to 8.8. Now, a lot of that is being absorbed by our lovely power generators. And honestly, I should have put up a bunch of field gens in order to push it the direction that we wanted it to go. But look at what it did. I mean, the amount of creep that it's able to generate in that regard is just so huge for us. It basically is a way to cheat the cap. Now, we are back down to cap, so what I'm thinking of doing for the next one, because honestly, we're back up to 108 eggs already. I don't think we need more power, right? I think power kind of does not matter for us at this point. I mean, we have so freaking much. We've absorbed so much. I mean, look at the sheer amount of crimsonation that I have, right? So I think we're going to get rid of the forges for now. Maybe we'll put them down. Maybe. Again. But they absorb quite a lot. And you know what absorbs quite a lot as well? The egg gens themselves do absorb a fair bit. So what I want to do is, we're back up to 150. We're going to pop all eggs and then immediately destroy them. This way, nothing should rapidly destroy our quantity, right? Because before, we were at 8.8 and we drastically dropped straight back down to 3.5. I want to stay at this 8.8 number as long as possible, or 10.3. You know, we're at 234,000 creep. Look at this wave. It's going to be fully crimsonated. As you can see, there's just crimsonations everywhere. It is going backwards again. Could have put down more field gens, especially with our amount of power. But, you know, I think this wave is doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. So, I don't think there's that much that they're going to be able to do. Maybe it won't take over the entirety of the map, you know. But I think it's definitely taken this side. I think this side, oh, it's not looking so hot for you. Let's fly around a little bit, right? Oh, look at it. You know, it's coming in. It's quite a lot. It's still at 9.6 on the creeper scale, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And yeah. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We'll even mesh on up. Keep the mesh coming. Oh, this entire side has indeed fallen. Shame, shame, shame. So that's going to be coming this way as well. Ooh, this side not looking so hot either. Although, again, they're still holding. Crimsonation. Let's reset our crimsonation. How many? We had 20 some odd crimsonators down. Holy moly. Let's make sure, again, the front line is crimsoned, and we don't need that much of a front line anymore. So that is very good news for us. So I love it. Yeah, it should be plenty. I guess maybe here as well. Maybe here. Just want crimson as much as... Look at how much... It's still going. It's still going. It's amazing. That was all we freaking needed. It was washing over the world. And we can just readjust to anything we want, right? We don't even need any emitters down, because they're not doing... The emitters are literally doing nothing. So you know what? Let's just change gears, right? We have 62 power out there. Let's just go for launchers, right? Nothing else. We're at 62. Bazinga. Just lay them down. As long as they're not random, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll just keep them going. I think spores will do it. Let's just do this so they're not on random. Let's just say structures. And let's put down some more. Right? Well, you know what? That's enough. That's enough. Let's just see what happens, because they should be spooling up. Again, we just have so much in the way of creep. I'm going to toss down. Just fill this area with crimson. So if things do land over here, it just like is landing and being crimson, right? Unfortunately, they do not have much in the way of red on, because we've taken the red on supply over here. So here comes the big land, the big reveal, if you were. Oh my. So it's landing, and you can see some of them are landing and crimson is spreading from them instead of normal creep as well. It doesn't even matter. There's nothing they can do. Yeah. That has been a fun way to overpower your enemies between eggs, spores, cheese, whatever you desire. Oh, it's delicious. Gotta love it. So, I will say, that start a little bit more rough than I was expecting, just due to the fact that our amount of creep generation, those 35s, it's very, very small, but really love the map. Love that we were able to destroy the creep limit with those eggs. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Get out of here, come on. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Absolutely. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's check how we did again. But I think, you know, again, I think we did in like 2 minutes the first time, so, you know, quite a bit longer. But yeah, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. You know, 25, not the best. You know, there's like 17s and stuff, but this was fun. I loved it. Swapping to the eggs earlier probably would have been better, but you know what? Hey, had a blast. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.